One of the things I've always wanted to do, living close to this river, is to be able to come out onto the river with a boat. And the issue I always had was that I didn't have a boat. I was thinking, where am I going to store the boat? How am I going to keep it clean? And I have to carry it backwards and forwards and get it into the water and get it out of the water and carry it on my on a roof rack or a roof carrier. It was always just a bit of a mission. And the big issue that I really had, this was the thing that really made the difference. So the biggest issue that I always had was that I was doing work for a consulting company that was so intensive. It used to take up so much of my time. I used to work the most unbelievable amount of overtime. And part of the reason for why I was working so hard was because, it was a new job and I wanted to prove that I could deliver and I wanted to make a good impression. Part of the nature of the work is that it was one of these international jobs with clients internationally all around the world. And so what you would do is you would get emails and inquiries coming in 24/7, right around the clock. And my work ethic at that time was, deal with it as soon as you can, get it over and done with, and then you can get on with other things. And of course, they just kept coming in and coming in and coming in. And so what I found was that I was working ridiculous amounts of hours, and I was answering emails at 10 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the morning, which was quite crazy. And the thing that also didn't help was that one of the directors in the company was doing the same. So it was almost as though he was setting the example of what was expected in the organization. And because I was working so hard, and often that was weekends as well, I just thought, I'm never going to have time to actually take a boat out, look after a boat, put it in and out of the water. The weather in the UK is not great at the best of times, so the opportunity to use it is so few and far between. Even the summers, like this summer is unusual because we've got a really nice warm weather. And so, getting out into nature or into water is just something that wasn't happening at all. And I used to drive over a bridge on my way to work. So my commute to work was about 45 minutes in each direction. So I was spending about an hour and a half every day commuting into work, into the office. And now, of course, that changed with COVID because everyone realized that they could actually work remotely, but it was just the culture, you have to be in the office was the thinking. And I used to travel over this bridge, over this river, and every time I looked at the river, I thought, I'd love to just spend a bit of time paddling on it or swimming in it or, just spending some time on the side, doing some meditation. And it just never happened. I lived for about, I must have been about 8 years of traveling backwards and forwards and never getting an opportunity to do what I wanted to do on the river. And then I found out about the boat club, and this boat club had storage for boats. They had boats that were available for people in the club. Very small community, not very many people know about it. But somebody in the local community introduced me to it, and they actually treated me as a birthday present. They gave me a year's membership to the boat club, and so we came up and spent a bit of time on the boats, and they were really fantastic. It's a lovely activity. And now I'm paying for the membership myself, and the best thing about it is when the weather's good, and this was the thing that I always thought. I thought, what we should have is we should have access to fine weather type holidays. So what's it called? Good weather holidays, sunny day holidays. I used to think it'd be fantastic if we could just on the day wake up and say, wow, today is so amazing. I'm not going into work today. I'm actually going to take the day off and take advantage of this beautiful sunshine and go paddling on the river. So yeah, what's changed? A couple of things have changed. COVID came along and just changed the way that people work, and the realization is now that you can work from home. You don't have to spend all your time in an office. And the reality of my situation is that, I'm like 5-10 minutes drive away from this river, and I can get here early in the morning, especially in summer when the days are nice and long. I can get here early in the morning, come and do a paddle on the river, get back in my car, get back home, and then be back at my desk in time to start working. So that's a radical change in my lifestyle. The other thing